Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Veda and this is The Simple Budget. Here on my channel, I show you how my family is using the zero-based budgeting method in order to get out of debt and simplify our financial life. If that sounds like content that you're interested in, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and join our little crew here. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. All right, well, hi and happy Friday. I hope that since it's a summer Friday, you have some fun plans coming up for the weekend, whether that's a vacation or even like a little staycation in your hometown. We're going to address the elephant in the room, which is the Band-Aid on my finger. I was making orders this morning and dropped my corner rounder, and when I reached to grab it, I hit an already fragile nail because it was cracked on the side and broke it off. So in order to not bleed all over the products that I was packaging up for people, and also to just, I don't know, protect my little finger, I'm keeping the Band-Aid on it for the foreseeable because it is a new injury. So anyway, now that we got that out of the way, not that you cared, but in case you noticed it, I like to address those kinds of things. So this week, or this video rather, is our standard weekly check-in. For those of you who may be new to my channel, this is where we go ahead and track all of the non-cash purchases that have been made over the last week. And since we cash pool for these categories, we have to return the money to the bank so that we do not overdraw our account. That's not really a danger for us in particular because we use our bills money as a buffer in our account. We do not do a 100% cash pool here. We cash pool for our sinking funds, and our bills and major expenses stay in the bank. So overdrawing is not a concern for us, but I mean, eventually those bills have to be paid, and so that money has to be in there. So we pay back the bank on a weekly basis once we track our finances here, and then, or our expenses, and then, that's it. I don't know why I was and-thenning. I had nothing additional to add. Some people keep a buffer in their checking account for this specific purpose, which is also a great thing to do. We just do it this way because it has never not worked for us since our beginning of cash pooling. So we're just going to keep on with what we know works, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get you guys zoomed in, and then we will track these expenses. If you are new, I am sorry if you are bothered by the slanted paper here. I do not know how to write with an straight up and down piece of paper. I am physically incapable of such a thing. We are going to just get right into this because it was a rather spendy week this past week. Nothing out of the budget, just we had a family member in town and it was 4th of July and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can imagine that that is something that if you have the money that you've allocated towards something like that actually gets spent. So we will just go right into it. Sorry, I'm just making sure that I have my little cheat sheet visible. So on the, oh, by the way, there's going to be a disparity between this date and the first one in this check-in because I didn't do a weekly check-in last week because I just had a lot of end of month videos to get up for you guys, and the weekly check-in is not one that is as popular on my channel, and so it's one that I'm willing to sacrifice in order to get other content up that is a little bit more fun for people. But this is also the nuts and bolts of budgeting, and so it's why I continue to do these videos. Plus, it's just fun to chat with you guys a couple times a week. So, all right, here we go. Up first was on the 29th, and it was, oh wait. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put salon here because I don't want to out the salon where I go get my haircut and where my daughter goes to get her haircut. And this was actually my daughter's haircut, which is why it's coming from the haircuts category, which funds the haircuts for my husband, son, and daughter. I have my own separate category for haircuts that comes from my personal spending that I track. And including tip, it was $90. And this one needs to be paid back to the bank. Sorry, I'm like trying to like look at my sheet here. Okay, so next up was on the 30th of June. Excuse me. It was at H&M. They were having like a little sale, I think. And I got a bunch of like summery clothes for my daughter that she'll be able to wear into the next summer as well. Except for oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to find a picture and put it up on the screen for you guys. I did cheat and buy her an outfit that she's probably not going to be able to wear next summer, but I mean, when you guys see it, here, I'll put it up now, hopefully if I can find it. You will understand why I purchased it. The unfortunate thing, I know I've mentioned this a few times on my channel, but my husband and I are tall, and so our kids grow really quickly. And so even though my daughter is 8 years old, she is the size of like a 10, 11-year-old. And so the cutesy little girl clothes are not really available in her size. And I am such a sucker for gingham check in general on little girls, but the red and white one for the 4th of July, like I was just like, that is too cute. So I purchased it for her, and it was the most expensive of the sale items that I got, but I completely justified it because I loved it so much, and hopefully you agree with me. Anyway, it was a really great sale, and I got her that outfit, and I got her like 3 dresses, 3 shirts, like in addition to it. So I don't feel as bad spending a little bit more on it like I did, but I was still like, this is ridiculous because she's literally only going to be able to wear it for the rest of this summer and probably not fit into it next year, but such is life. Okay, so it's coming out of the clothes category, and the total price for that was $64.73, and that needs to be paid back to the bank. And next up is on the 3rd of July, and it was actually at 7-Eleven, and it's coming from groceries. My butter, what? My husband bought my daughter. I think I just like blended all of those words together and created my butter. We're not going to acknowledge that. My husband bought my daughter a bag of potato chips. If you are new to my channel, I am a strict mean mom when it comes to the food that my kids consume, the food that I consume too. I'm not just mean to them. I'm strict for myself. I'm strict for my husband. And so potato chips never cross the threshold of my house. But my brother-in-law was in town. My husband had them out somewhere. My daughter asked for chips. And so my daughter got chips because she worked that like daddy-daughter magic, you know? And so this came from grocery, and it was $4.79 for a bag of like small Lay's. I'm indignant. Also, I'm from the East Coast, and I am not a Lay's girl. I am a hers girl, but I digress. Anyway, so that one also needs to be paid back to the bank. Here we go. Also on the 3rd, these things, okay, so these purchases don't all take place on these dates. It's just when it hits our bank account. Just for the record, I don't want you guys thinking like we go like ham some days and just like buy all the things. It's just when it hits our bank account. I'm going to go ahead and put concessions here because this is like a work story. So I was at work, and usually my boss is really good about making sure that we always have water bottles in the back and stuff for all of the employees. And we had run out, and it was like one of those days where I was like, of course, today of all days, I forgot my water bottle. and I was desperately thirsty. So I went to the concessions in the area where I work and picked up two water bottles, one for me and one for my coworker. And because it's a concession and a tourist area, it was $8 for 2 water bottles. I am trying not to freak out. It's fine. I'm fine. We're all fine. But that is ridiculous. Anyway, moving right along. The next 2 purchases, also on the 3rd, not when they were made, just when they hit. And they were from Amazon, and it was actually for stuff for my Etsy shop. So we'll get to dip into the business binder today, which is fun. I mean, the money is there specifically for the purpose of being spent on these things. And so that's what we did. And so it's coming from my equipment. Both of these are actually coming from my equipment folders. I can't remember why. Well, one of them I had to buy a new corner rounder because mine bit the bullet. I think it's because it was one that was only meant to be used on paper and I'm using it on laminated products. So I just don't think the blade was strong enough to hold. I'm trying to think, what was it? Oh, the other one was I bought blades for my paper cutter because those wear down pretty quickly too. So anyways, hold on, let me find these. Okay, so this one was $10.81 and this one was $12.99, and they both have to be paid back to the bank. And next up, we're just gonna have a string of grocery purchases and we're all gonna move past it, okay? So Kroger, and it was for, let's see, so grocery, I mean, obviously. And what was this one? $14.97, and that needs to be paid back to the bank. All of this is going to need to go back to the bank because this is all stuff that we had cash pooled for that got spent in a debit or online capacity. Next up, also on the 3rd, I'm writing beach because that's just what we do to keep a little bit of privacy here. This one comes from Family Fun, and it was a $20 purchase. Okay, good. I'm still in frame. Look at me. I'm impressive. Look, I'm finally like an official YouTuber, guys. I'm in frame still. This one needs to be paid back to the bank. This one, I think I've mentioned it before, but there's a lake beach that's relatively close to our house, and it costs $20 to get a parking pass there for the day. And then you're just there for the day, which is awesome. And our kids love it. We love it, actually. And so it's definitely worth the $20 to do that. And we took my brother-in-law, so that was one of the reasons why we went at this particular time. Next up, you'll all be shocked again. Kroger. You were expecting Target though, weren't you, when I said you'll be shocked? Don't worry, I think we have a Target purchase in here. Oh, you know what? We don't have a Target purchase in here. So, I don't know, go play the lottery or something or go look for flying pigs. It's got to be it. So this one was broken down into a couple of different categories, and the total purchase was $96.04, and we had it come from household. We have 2 different Kroger purchases exactly like this, by the way. Home maintenance and grocery. And then, so the household portion of it was $25.48. Finally got those paper towels and something else. It wasn't just paper towels. The home maintenance was $5.99. We had to buy wasp killer because, holy smokes, guys, we had this huge wasp nest, very active, that was being built by them at like the apex of our roof on our 2nd floor. So, it took my husband 2 different cans of Raid to take care of them. And you'll see that a little bit further down too. So this was the first one. And then it was also groceries of $64.57. And all of these have to be paid back to the bank. Next up was on the 3rd, And I'm just gonna put fireworks because it was like from one of those little like roadside fireworks places where you're pretty sure it's like a front for something, but also who knows. And this is coming from Family Fun. And it was $35.05 and it needs to be paid back to the bank. Fireworks. And I mentioned this in my debt update on Wednesday. Everyone still has their fingers. So this was a $35 win as far as I'm concerned. Next up, oh, this one. This was actually on the 2nd. And I'm just going to put zoo. We paid for my brother-in-law's zoo admission. Yes. We have a membership, but we still have to pay for anybody who comes with us. So, okay. $15 and it has to be paid back to the bank. We're not about to invite a family member to the zoo and be like, by the way, you have to pay for your own ticket. So I'm going to take a little sip. Okay. Next up was on the 5th. And it was also Kroger, and it's broken down almost identical to this Kroger purchase up here. It was $101.32, and it was also home maintenance, household, and grocery. Let's see. So it was $5.99. Again, more wasp spray. They're gone, by the way. $21.98 from household and $73.35 from grocery. And all of these need to be paid back to the bank. I told you this is going to be a longer one. It was just a very spendy for like 4th of July kind of situation. The next hit on the 5th, and this was because I had done all of this grocery shopping and forgot to get barbecue sauce. And guys, I made pulled pork. So like, how do you have pulled pork without barbecue sauce? I ask you. So I had to run to, disgracefully, 7-Eleven, and all they had was like one of those like barbecue sauces that's not fantastic, but I was also not about to run to Kroger again because this was actually, this purchase was, or this Kroger run was actually my second one of that morning, and I was not about to go again. So I just hit up 7-Eleven for some barbecue sauce, and it was $3.49. All right, we're almost to the end. I pinky swear. Next up, also hit on the 5th, and it was the Kroger purchase I mentioned. I had to go back a second time, and it was grocery, and it was $7.98. I had forgotten to pick up, shoot, what did I forget? Oh, baking powder. I needed it for pancakes and something else. It wasn't just baking powder, I don't think. Okay, then on the 5th, we had Starbucks, and it was just a card refill, but we pulled it from Dine Out, or we will be pulling it from Dine Out, and it was $10. Needs to be paid out. You know what? These all need to be paid back to the bank too. And then last up again was another Starbucks purchase. This one was specifically for a drink, so it comes from Dine Out too, and it was $5.14. I'm not sure why it happened this way, but sometimes it just works out in that way. There's no explanation for it. Anyway, let's go ahead, and this is it. These are all of the transactions. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys back out. We're going to add up all of the money that we should expect to find at the end of cash pulling it, and then we will unstuff the envelopes. Okay, so for those of you who are new to a video like this of mine, what I do is add up all of the money that I should be returning to the bank, figure out the whole dollar amount, and then make sure at the end, after we've unstuffed all the cash from these envelopes, that that's what we have sitting there waiting for us. So I always zoom you guys through this because there's no need for you to just sit here and watch me add up numbers on a calculator. That's just no fun for anyone. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to adding all of this up. Okay, goodness, that's a lot of money. So at the end of unstuffing everything, we should have $503 in the cash tray. So let's go ahead and get to pulling. Let me just jot that number down really quickly in case I end up needing to add up some monies here. Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna circle that. Let me grab all of my binders. I have them off to the side here. And we'll just start right up front with the first purchase, which is from low priority sinking funds. What is this? And it's coming from haircuts. So it's $90. Haircuts, here we go. So 50, 70, 90. Well, that works out. Actually, you know what? Just in case I need smaller, 50, so 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let me pull one of these 20s because I have a feeling that I will probably need some change. And so if I know that I have the cash available, then I should just do that. So now in haircuts, we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80. So that's still plenty for my husband to get his haircut, which he is due for tomorrow, actually. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little check mark next to this so that I know that I've paid it back into the cash tray. And then next up, we will dip into clothes, which we actually have in high priority sinking funds. So I'm gonna grab 65 from, oh, that was convenient to open right to it. So I'm grabbing 65 from clothes. Let's do, keep the 50 in here. So 20, 40. I might just need to do it this way. 20, 40, 60. I'll just do a 5 because we should be okay. So 65. And in clothes now we have 50, 70, 85, 90, 1, 2, and 3. Let me just grab and put a little check mark next to that one. Groceries, I'm gonna just need to go ahead and add up really quickly because there are quite a few grocery purchases. So let me just zoom you guys through that and then we will figure out how much I need to pull. Okay, 170. Groceries. So 170, so 150, 70. All right. So that is that. And that leaves us with $5 left in groceries. And let me just go through here and check off all of the grocery purchases. So we had that one, this one, this one, this one. All right, I think we're covered. All right, so next up, we will just dip right into work food. And I think there's just only one work food purchase. And that falls in our low priority sinking funds. Oh wait, let me check first. So it's $8. Dine out, work meals, here we go. Oh, this is one where I'm gonna need some change. So put a 10, grab 2, and now we have $7 left in work food, or work meals as I have it on the envelope here. Let me go ahead and give that one a check mark. And then actually we're gonna go into my business binder. which was like all dusty or something. I don't know. Anyway, so we're just popping back into equipment. I have 2 different purchases. So actually this is a good time for me to address this. So this is $10.81 and $12.99. We round up to the next dollar, and then my husband tracks the extra change in our bank account. And then we treat that change, once it adds up, we treat it as like a buffer. But then also if we have like a random miscellaneous purchase that comes in for like $2 or $3, we pull it from our virtual coin jar. So that's what we call it, our virtual coin jar. And it does add up. So anyway, so I'm going to be pulling 11 plus 13. So that's what, 24, I think, from equipment. Oh, let me get this guy out of the way. So here we go. And 25. So I get $1 back. And I need to put my cash trackers, my expense trackers in here, because that's kind of important. Anyways, yeah, so that is that for my business binder. Hello, sir. Sir, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and check those off. I did that math right? 11 and 14. 11 and 13, I'm sorry, 24, right. Okay. Here we go. Family fun. We had a couple of family fun purchases as well. That one's in low priority. And let me just grab my calculator and add this up really quickly. Let me just check. So we had 20, whoops. I didn't do that right. Oh no. Okay, 20. 35, 15. Okay, that's it. So I'm pulling 70 from Family Fun. If you'll notice here, I don't know if you can see, this one Family Fun purchase was $35.05. Because the change is so low, every now and then my husband will just borrow the change from the virtual coin jar, and then I'm only returning 35 to the bank instead of 36. So we just kind of gauge it based on how we feel about that particular purchase at that time, but it works. Okay, here we go. Family Fun's back here. So I said 70, whoops, 20, 40, 60, 70, right? 20, 40, 60, 70. Okay. All right. And now in Family Fun, we have 20, 30, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 1, and 2. So still some fun left to be had. All right, let me just cross off these Family Fun purchases. There it is, this one and this one too. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and, let me put a line through that so that I don't get mistaken. Let's pop into household. We have, that's on our high priority, and there are 2 household purchases. So one for rounded up to 26, and this one is rounded up to 22. So 26 plus 22, I'm sure I could do that math if I thought about it. 48 is coming from household. Here we go. So 20, 40, 5. I've got plenty of ones. 46, 47, 48. So now in household remaining, I have 10, 20, 5, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 35 remaining in household. We really threw a lot of extra money toward household and toiletries in June because we were concerned that we kept depleting them. And so I feel much better about what we've got going on in here. So I should have 48 here. So 20, 45, 46, 47, 48. Nice. Oops. All right. So let me go ahead and cross off these household purchases, household and household. And then we will dip into home maintenance because it's also in here. Oh, nice. And then here we go. So it was $6 here and $6 there. So $12 from home maintenance. Let me see what we've got in here. Oh, all right. So 15. There it is. And then I will return 3. 1, 2, 3. This is why I keep small denominations on hand in my envelopes, because you never know when you're going to need to make change like this. So now in home maintenance, we have 50, 60, 70, 85, 86, 87, 88. All right. Coming down to the end, Here we go. So that was home maintenance. I'll put a line through that because that was just the total. And this is home maintenance. And then last up, we have our 2 dine out purchases. That one is going to be in low priority, sinking funds. Dine out is actually usually up first. Okay, so I'm pulling 16 from here. So put in a 20 and do I have 4? Oh no, I don't have 4. Okay. Where do I know I have? Oh, you know what? I know where I have a lot of ones. Usually in like my lash lift and stuff. Oh, why is hers so chunky? Oh, I have a ton of ones here. Okay, let's see how many ones. Good grief. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess this is a mini condensing. Let me just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and I will grab this 10 and then readjust my cash manas here. Here we go. So 1, 20, 40, 55, 65, 70, 1, 2, 3. 173, that's right. All right. So now that we've got the money in there, and this is from Dine Out, and I should have, 16. And then grab 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it all works out. Okay, wait. Yes, that's right, goodness. Okay, so now we have 50, 70, 90, 100, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 109 left in Dine Out. This is another one we put a lot of money toward because we knew we had family coming into town. So that's why that has that. Okay, so I think that's that. And let's go ahead and give this cash a count. We should have 503. So here we go. 100, 50, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 50, 60, 75, 85, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 500, 1, 2, and 3. We did it. 503. That was a huge unstuffing for this week. Holy smokes. Okay. So that's that. This is what we're returning to the bank this week, which, will make my husband very happy also, because whenever we're out this much money, he gets nervous. I mean, understandably so. This is a lot of money to just kind of like float for a week. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this weekly check-in. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And like I've already asked, but I will ask again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would love it if you did. And then I hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday with just a standard cash stuffing for the first one for the first week of July. Wow, that took me a while to get out. And then also I will be announcing the giveaway winner of the cash tray that you see here. It's a different color, but it's made by Funds and Fun over on Etsy. I'll go ahead and link her shop below. But I was offering one of these as a giveaway in my very first ever Etsy and YouTube paycheck as a thank you to those of you in the community who continue to support me and my channel and my Etsy shop. I'm so grateful to you guys. So I will be announcing that winner on Monday. So look forward to that too. Otherwise, I'll see y'all around. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.